video. Today I'm going to be filming a Q&A. I thought it would be fun to film this just so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better. And I got some really interesting questions, so I'm excited to answer some of them. So in order to make this video not too long, let's just jump right into it. So some of the questions I got were similar or the same, so I've kind of grouped them all together and then I just wrote them down. So the first one, and probably the most common question I got, was, do you work out? And the answer is yes. And then the next one was, how often do you work out? I work out probably 4 to 5 times a week depending on my work schedule. How much do you eat in a day, and do you count calories? No, I don't regularly count calories. I have in the past if I'm kind of curious about what I'm eating and how many calories are in it or what the macronutrients are, but I don't regularly count calories, and I kind of more intuitively eat. I kind of know approximately based on what I'm eating around how many calories it is, how much fat, carbs and stuff like that is in it. But if you are interested in seeing like me doing a what I eat in a day and counting my calories and macros and stuff like that, I will do that. But yeah, right now I kind of just eat when I'm hungry and more intuitively eat. The next one was, are you originally from the island or did you relocate there? No, I'm not from the island. I was born and raised in Kelowna, British Columbia, and I grew up on a farm there, and then we moved a bunch of times within Kelowna. But when I finished school, I just wanted to move a little farther away from home just to kind of branch out, and I didn't want to move to Vancouver because it's a little bit big and just busy for me, so the next place that I thought was Victoria, and we had friends here that have lived here and loved it, and lots of people I've known from Kelowna have moved here and loved it, so I thought it was a good place to start. The next question was, do you miss Kelowna? Yes and no. There's parts of Kelowna that I do miss, like my friends and family that are there. I do miss them, and especially Mitch. Like, I can't wait for him to be out here. But I don't really miss anything else about Kelowna. I love being here by the ocean, and I love my job here. So yeah, just more so the people there. And the next question was, how many siblings, and are they vegan? And how are they with you being vegan? I have one sibling, my brother. He's 2 years older than me, and he is not currently vegan. He doesn't eat a lot of meat, but he lives in Australia and he works on a cruise ship there, and so it's kind of harder for him to get the plant foods that he would be able to if he was just on land in a grocery store. And he's totally supportive of me being vegan. When he lived in Kelowna with me, he didn't eat a lot of meat either, so he's been really supportive of me. So the next question is, what were you like growing up? I don't know, this is kind of hard. I was really I always loved animals, and like growing up on a farm and my mom being a vet, we always had animals around, so I was always very much loved animals, and I really loved being outdoors. I was always super active. I was on like every sports team that I could be on, and I was a little bit nerdy too. Like, I really loved bugs. I just loved learning stuff and learning about health and animals, and yeah, I was a pretty happy child. Okay, so the next question, this one is a really interesting one. Does my medical career ever conflict with my personal beliefs and values about health? Yes and no, and I'll explain that a little bit. So where I work right now, I work on a neuroscience floor and also a maternity ward, and more so on the neuroscience floor than the maternity ward is where the conflicts happen. And so, like, yes, there are definitely things that I do in my practice that I don't exactly agree with. A lot of it being the nutrition that's fed to patients on the ward, and certain medications that they get, and just kind of how they're not treated holistically. Like, every discipline has their certain things that they're treating the patient for, and when they're done their particular interventions, then they're done with that patient. And so it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. Less so on the maternity ward, and I feel like where I work in postpartum, I really get an opportunity to promote a plant-based lifestyle and breastfeeding, which is also like the best way to start out a healthy life is by breastfeeding, and I feel more like I'm able to promote the values and the healthy lifestyle that I follow myself on the maternity ward. And also after I get a few years of experience, and after Mitch has gotten a few years under his belt, and when kind of laws are passed, we really want to open our own practice as nurse practitioners, and so that would involve more community health promotion and that side of healthcare, which I'm super passionate about, and I'm super passionate about like nutrition and all that kind of thing. So in a few years I'm going to feel a lot more fulfilled with my career, but there are definitely things now that I don't necessarily agree with. The next question is, do you want children? This is another one where Mitch and I have definitely talked about it, and we definitely ideally do want children, but we're both at a place in our life where I have just graduated school. I've like literally just started working. He's just graduating next year, and we just want to experience the world. We want to do a lot of traveling, and we want to just do all the things that we want to do while we can before settling down and having a family. And so the answer to that would be yes, ideally we do, but we just kind of want to see how the next few years play out and do all the things that we want to do. Why did you decide to become a nurse, and do you like it so far? So I originally, when I was younger, like I said, my mom is a veterinarian, and I really wanted to be a vet just like her. I was always at the clinic helping her out with animals, like doing whatever I could. I even worked there for a couple summers, and I've always loved animals, but the one thing that I didn't like about being a vet is that you have to put them down, number one, and I just think it's a lot more sad seeing a sick animal. And I also realized that I wanted to work with people more. I wanted to have patients that I can converse with, and so a lot of my aunties in my family and my grandma are nurses or have been nurses, and so I was automatically drawn towards that. And do I like it so far? Yes, I do. I think my job is very fulfilling. I can go home every day knowing that I have helped people, especially when I work on maternity, which is where I want to end up. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously things that like you don't want to go to work every single day of your life. It is work and it is a job, but overall I just love what I do, and I know that I'm helping people. Okay, so the next question is, what types of foods do you eat daily? I don't know if I should answer this like food groups or meals, but I think I'm just gonna answer it like meals because, yeah, I think it's just easier to do that. So my number one is probably smoothies, or like smoothie bowls or ice cream or anything like that. I love bananas. I love pretty much any type of fruit actually. I eat a lot of like berries, tropical fruits like mangoes, pineapples. I eat a lot of fruit. Also like Buddha bowls or salad bowls. I eat a lot of leafy greens, broccoli, tofu, tempeh, those type of things are kind of my staples for protein. And also legumes. My favorites are chickpeas and lentils. I love peanut butter, almond butter, any nut butter really, and nuts and seeds. Avocados, I love having avocado toast, guacamole, avocado and everything. And I make lots of like chilies and curries and soups. Of course I love sweet potatoes. I love squash. I have it probably every day. Any type of squash I love. Yeah, what else? I should probably make a separate video on this just because I'll go through all like condiments, produce, grains, stuff like that, and go through my favorites. But yeah, those are kind of my staples. Also oatmeal. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I love oatmeal. I have it pretty much every day as well. Yeah, I think those are kind of my daily foods. The next question is, do you take any supplements? Yes, I do. I only take the ones that I know I'm not getting from my diet. So my number one is a B12 supplement that I take. It's just a sublingual. I also take iron. I've always kind of had a little bit on the lower side of iron even before I went vegan, so I have always taken a ferrous gluconate supplement. What else do I take? I take a probiotic in the mornings. I do eat a lot of foods that are high in probiotics, so like tempeh, miso, kombucha, stuff like that. But I just like a little bit of an extra boost just in case I don't have that type of food that day, or if I just, yeah. I just find that it helps my digestion. What are your favorite clothing brands? So I think I'm gonna make a separate video on this as well because I really want to go through, like I have a lot to talk about, but I would say my favorite ones right now are, my newest favorite is amandajay, and I've mentioned her before if you follow me. She has a clothing shop here in Victoria, and she also has an online site, but everything in her store is sustainably sourced and vegan and cruelty-free and all that, so you don't ever have to worry about buying anything from there and it accidentally being non-vegan. And then for more basic things, I like American Apparel. They were gone for a while in Canada, but they are back now, and I just love shopping there for like sweaters, basic tees, hoodies, bralettes, everything. I wear a lot of basics, so I really like stores like that. Another place that I really love, and I discovered it on Salt Spring Island, is Thrive. I think it's Thrive Lifestyle. I'll link it down below. But they also have an online site, and like I just wear a lot of basics, so they're another really great store for basics and like staples, and again, it's all sustainable. So, and they have some like home and decor stuff in there as well, and it's just like super minimalist, really cute. I love it. That's another great one. There's also another new online thrift store thing that I recently discovered. It's called ThredUp. It's like an online thrift store, so it's actually pretty cool. I'll definitely make a separate video kind of going more in depth on the brands that I like, but those are just kind of a few of the places that I like shopping. So that's it for the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I had a lot of fun filming it, and I hope that you get to know me a little bit better. If you have any more questions, definitely feel free to message me. I'll be filming more of these in the future. And I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!